Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Đồng Nai radio and television stations. Here's the news today. Based on the latest result of the Business Environmental Index report released by the European Business Association in Vietnam, Vietnam's business environment had dropped to 48 percentage points in the fourth quarter in 2022. This is a decrease of 14.2 points from 3 months ago and 25 points from the first quarter of the year. However, the report also showed that a bright spot that Vietnam is the destination of European capital flows. 41% of respondents said their company is moving operation from China to Vietnam. In addition, about 35% of respondents consider Vietnam to be the top 5 global investment destination, with 12% stating that Vietnam is their company's top international investment destination. According to the announcement from the Vietnam Automobile Manufacturers Association's VAMA, by the end of 2022, the sales volume of this association plus of the data of TC model and VinFast has reached over 508,000 vehicles. The above figure hits an important milestone in its goal of becoming one of the region's major auto markets for the first time. It can be said that 2022 is a booming and breakthrough year for Vietnamese car market with a growth rate of up to 24% over the same period. A major contribution to this breakthrough growth is the government's policy of stimulating demand to reduce registration fee by 50% in the first 5 months of the year, as well as the series of the new car models introduced to the market, mainly cheap popular car segment. In 2023, Vietnam tourism industry set a goal to welcome 110 million tourists, of which about 8 million are international. According to the expert, this goal is considered entirely possible because China has officially completely lifted travel restrictions with the war, allowing its visitors to return to international destinations after 3 years close. This is promising to open up a strong recovery momentum in the coming time for the tourism industry of countries around the globe. According to the report by the National Administration of Tourism, China has always been Vietnam's largest market with more than 5.8 million visitors to our country in 2019, according to 1/3 of the total number of international visitors to Vietnam. In this immediate future, to prepare to welcome tourism to spring tourism, hotels and accommodation facilities have always planned to serve. Cultural activities are also created in tourist area. The goal is not only to attract domestic tourism, but also to promote the image of Vietnam to international tourists. Japanese Prime Minister Fumio Kishida on January the 13th held talk with U.S. President Joe Biden in Washington. The two leaders agreed to strengthen the alliance to the context of China's growing influence. Welcoming Prime Minister Kishida to the Oval Office at the White House, President Biden praised Japan's implementation of the major change in security policy announced last month as part of the far-reaching U.S.-Japan alliance aimed at maintaining stability in the Asia-Pacific. The shared democratic values of the nations are the source of our strength, the source of our alliance, he said. Let me be clear that the United States is fully committed to the alliance and, more importantly, to the defense of Japan. Last month, Japan announced plans to change the defense strategy to increase spending to 2% of GDP by 2027, adding a strong capacity to deal with the rising Japan and the forthright North Korea have nuclear weapons. Russia announced on January the 13th that it had regained control of the city of Solda, Sontat province of eastern Ukraine, after days of intense fighting there. Since the summer, the Russian army has been trying to capture Solda. Russian Defense Ministry spokesman Log Konashchikov confirmed, Solda is the great significance in continuing our advance in the direction to Donetsk. And the complete control of Solda allow us to cut off the supply route to the Ukrainian forces at Bakhmut. Ukrainian officials say Ukrainian forces remain in the city and continue to fight. Accordingly to the Reuters, and situation in Solda could not be confirmed. But some sources told CNN that Ukraine is losing ground and withdrawing from some positions in Solda. That is the end of our news today. Thank you for your time listening.